Hey there, everybody. Welcome to your video practice. And for this week, I wanted to focus on something that's a little different than what we did last time. Last time, we emphasized the value of the posture. So having that upright posture and bringing that sense of regalness and dignity to your practice. This time, since that's one component and that's almost a little bit more external, this time I want to focus more on something that's a little bit more internal. And that specifically is this notion of, throughout the entire practice, bringing a true sense of kindness and compassion to your efforts and, of course, to yourself. So one of the things that often occurs, particularly as you're starting out, while you're sitting, is you go through this whole mental dialogue of, am I doing this right? This is boring, this sucks, I suck at this, and all those kinds of things. And even when we get lost in thought, kind of beating ourselves up before we come back to the focus and the anchor, and self-flagellating and all of those sorts of things. While this is certainly natural and normal and something that we're always struggling with all the time, when it comes to when you choose to sit, what I would really encourage you to do is to take a break from that and to let that go. Now, certainly I don't necessarily suggest that you should get back to your self-flagellation as soon as you get off the cushion or out of the chair, but what I mean is, at the very least, for the time that you practice, this really should be a space that is exclusively for you in that spirit of kindness to yourself and self-compassion and all of those things. So the emphasis as we're practicing today that I will be bringing is this notion of really trying to be as kind as you can to yourself and letting go of any of that self-judgment. So let's go ahead and get started. As usual, there will be a bell for us to begin, and then the 3 deeper bells to signal the end of the 10 minutes. When you're ready, find your mindful posture, sitting in a way that is upright but relaxed. And if you haven't already, either close your eyes or lower your gaze. And if you care to, let's begin by taking 3 deep, luxurious breaths. This is a way to trigger your body's relaxation response. And helps to ground you as you prepare for this practice. And as we begin, you can either rest your attention on the breath as it resumes its natural rhythm. And you can also focus on sounds as well as body sensations. And as you settle in even more, allowing that kindness and gentleness to be present for you. Taking a break from assessing how this is going, or anticipating how you want it to be, what you want this to do for you. And instead, just having a gentleness and an openness to however it is. And even if your mind wanders hundreds of times in these 10 minutes, when you notice, knowing that it's typical and expected, and really the opportunity where you can exercise that muscle, so to speak, of your attention to bring it back to the breath or the body or sounds. And to not beat yourself up about the fact that you were lost in thought, because that will happen. And when you bring your attention back, bringing it back in the same way that you would gently lead a child back to bed after he or she had woken up. You don't yell at the child. You don't get angry at it. You just very kindly and gently, with compassion, lead that child or your attention back to where it needs to be. Coming back to the present over and over, each time seeing if you can be even more compassionate with yourself. When we use the phrase to catch yourself thinking, not think of it in a punitive way, but thinking of it as catching someone in the best way, as a way to help them, support them. Doing this for yourself as well. Being as aware as you can be of this present moment experience, and having compassion for that as well. Having compassion for whatever it took to get you into this seat for this amount of time. Having compassion and kindness for whatever challenges may have stood in your way regarding getting you here. And having compassion and kindness and gentleness for however it is in this moment. Being open and curious. And truly accepting of how it is right now as you rest your attention on the breath or on the body or on sounds. Noticing where the mind is right now. Where is your attention? And if it is elsewhere, in plans or worries, memories or ideas, bringing it back gently and kindly to the present moment yet again. Allowing yourself to rest in the simplicity of acceptance. And allowing yourself to take a break from any negative self-talk or criticism, at least for this minute that remains. And that is 10 minutes. Thank you so much for your practice, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.